The following program was paid for by the nonprofit Downtown Bentonville Incorporated.
If you're new to the biking scene, or maybe you're a seasoned rider looking for community here, there is space for everyone to feel safe and seen. Throughout the show, we'll put cycling groups on the screen like Bike POC, Buddy Pegs, Women of Oz, and more that you can check out. We'll also talk to the co-founder of Women of Oz, Kourtney Barrett. That's later in the show. Getting started in mountain biking can seem daunting, but learning a new skill is meant to be fun. Heather Shelton met up with Josh from Phat Tire in downtown Bentonville to share exactly what's needed to get you out on the trail as a beginning rider.
What up, friends? It's your girl Heather, and I'm about to check out Phat Tire. That's right, I don't know anything about mountain biking. I live in the mountain biking capital of the world. There are lots of trucks out this morning. Bentonville is working. Ooh, Josh! What's up, my friend?
What is up? Welcome.
Yes, okay. Josh, I've been living here for 6 years. It's time for me to get on a mountain bike.
Oh yeah, you gotta get on a mountain bike.
You ready? You ready to show me?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you. We got some options. Let's do this.
All right,
my
boy.
Let's do this thing.
I can't believe I have lived here so long. I finally got the courage to get on a bike. Like, it's time. So I came to Phat Tire because I know y'all was gonna hook it up.
We will take good care of you. The city of Bentonville will take good care of you. We have trails for every level of rider here, so everyone can have a good time.
Let's go.
We like to think that we're your guide. So to begin with,
Yeah.
I expect you'll be riding in Bentonville. You got the
you know,
hoodie.
Bentonville, we don't play. Yes, I'm in Bentonville and I want to check out these trails for sure.
Yeah, and these trails have something for everyone.
Yeah.
But I think that the biggest point I'd make is it's worth putting a little money into this endeavor.
Okay.
And get something that you can grow into that's worthy of the trails here. So what we've got here is a Roscoe 6.
Yeah.
This bike is gonna have nice grippy tires, much bigger than your average tire. And so as a new rider, that's gonna give you tons of confidence.
Okay, that's what I need, because I need the confidence, right? Because I'm trying to hit them, you know, and then do all of that. But I'm gonna need
you're gonna want to do things that you didn't think you could do.
Let's go!
You've also got a special little device here called a dropper post.
Oh!
Yeah, so give it a look here.
Wow!
Just on your handlebar, this button here will raise the seat up.
Oh wow, let me come around here.
Yeah, check it
Well,
out.
first of all, Josh, I want to tell you that this is my color.
Oh,
okay?
yeah. Oh yeah.
This color, wait a minute.
Give it a good push down, there you go.
I didn't work out today.
Do it.
I didn't work out today. Josh got muscles.
But on the bike,
He got muscles.
you do that with your butt.
Oh! I'm sitting
When
over here
you're
trying to do
riding
like
the
you.
bike. Oh no, that's perfect. But
Ooh!
right, put your feet on the pedals. This is a trust exercise. Let's see if you trust
Wait a minute, Josh. You gonna hold all of
I'm
me?
gonna hold on to you, no problem. Let's see, let's test it.
Okay, Josh.
I've done this a few times.
Okay. Woo!
Whoa.
Woo!
Oh boy, oh geez.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa!
It's not
sweating.
hard. So what
This
we're looking
feels
for is to
good.
get you the perfect size bike that you don't feel stretched out on.
Yeah.
That gives you the proper control over the mountain bike. Something comfortable for short rides and something, comfortable for long rides. You never want to just take that, in my word, we want you to take the bike outside and give it a good spin and make sure you love it. That's where you fall in love with the bike, is when you give it a good test ride.
Yes, yes. Right, Josh. We about to go, right?
This is it. This is the test ride.
All
Let's
right.
make sure that seat's in a good height for you and you know how to shift and use your brakes. We'll get you out.
Right. Here we go, Bentonville. I'm on a bike. Who's on a bike? It's me. Whoa, Josh, this thing is smooth, bro. Josh, this thing is so much fun. It is so smooth, bro.
I take it you like it.
I love this bike.
Well, what you experienced is a quality bike.
Yeah.
Nice and smooth. It's the sort of thing that got me hooked.
Yeah.
When I was about 18,
Yeah.
a buddy of mine got a bike from a bike shop, and I'd been
Yeah.
on a department store bike. I rode that thing right past our house, and it was so much smoother and faster than I expected. So I was hooked from there. So the quality bikes do make a difference. They make you want to ride.
They make you want to ride. This dude has devoted his life to this, guys. Listen, no better place to go to than Phat Tire. If you're a new bike rider, if you've been riding for years, if you got little kids, they have it all. And come see my man Josh, because he got muscles. He held me up. I mean, look at him. Are you entering a contest? Because that was a lot of women.
See, didn't I tell you learning a new skill is meant to be fun, especially when Heather is bringing that energy. So now that we have the beginning down, our basics, it's time to grow your skills on the trails with Phat Tire bike specialist Ari. Ari coaches us through an intermediate feature on the trail. Hey!
Brooke, how's it going?
Oh my gosh, so good. Ari, I am so excited to get out on the trails with you today.
Yeah, I heard you went to work on a feature today.
Yes, I'm having a little bit of issues when it comes to tight, narrow bridges. I want to be more confident out there, so I'm hoping you can show me that.
Sweet, yeah, I know a great spot. Let's
Awesome.
grab some bikes and we can get started.
Great, okay, let's do it.
So this is a Trek Fuel EX 9.8. It is one of our rental bikes. It's a full carbon. It's a really good trail bike for around here.
What type of tires are on this one? Like what size do most people ride?
Between 27.5, 29ers, most everything we rent out are 29ers. They just have a better like rollover capacity. They're a little faster going. 27.5s are more playful, but these are gonna be 29ers, and then like tire size, we usually see between like a 2.3 to 2.6, and these guys should be a 2.5.
Awesome. This looks perfect for me. I typically ride a hardtail, so I'm kind of excited to go a little bit faster on some of the jumps and everything with a full suspension bike. But again, I'm gonna be following you, and once we get out to the feature, we'll definitely have to get some pointers and learn for people, because there's so many different features and fun parts to mountain biking. I feel like you never get finished with like your learning, don't you think?
Yeah, you're constantly getting better. No matter like 10 years down the road, you can still be doing it and learning new things.
Okay, so Ari, this is it. This is a feature that I'm having some trouble with. What do you call this type of feature?
So this is a skinny.
Okay, skinny.
It's usually like either going to be a board walkway, or we're going to find like half trees and stuff. You'll see a lot of those around Slaughter Pen.
Oh, okay. Now this one feels like it's a really long skinny,
Yes.
is it not?
Yeah.
Like it's about, I don't know, 75 meters or so, maybe a little less.
Yeah, I would say about that.
What is the trick behind this skinny?
So the main thing is like having a good entry speed, just to keep balance and to bump the front tire up and over. As soon as your front tire clears, you're good. Just keep pedaling, the back's gonna hop right up. You're gonna wanna stand up in the saddle. And then once you get going, make sure your dropper post is up, because you're going to be using that kind of to balance. For steering, don't think so much about moving the handlebars as it is more like kind of leaning into it. There we go.
Ooh, okay.
Kind of watch out in front of you and just keep pedaling.
Ooh,
Hey, you made that look
nice.
easy.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I had a good teacher. Just because I did that once does not mean that I'm ready to quit with this feature. I'm gonna work on it a little bit more, and then we're going to enjoy the rest of our ride.
Be sure to check out Phat Tire for rentals, gear, bike tune-ups, you name it. Yesterday, I met up with new local Jeremy McGee. Jeremy is an athlete creating change on and off the trails. Before a life-altering accident, Jeremy was an avid trail runner. Since then, adaptive mountain biking has become his passion and career. We talk about his connection to nature, adrenaline, adventure, and community in our conversation. Check it out.
Hey Brooke, how's it going?
You already got your coffee?
Yes,
Yes.
cheers.
You ready to hit the trails?
Yeah, you want to sit down and chit chat before we ride?
Absolutely, let's do it, yeah. So how do you describe yourself?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't even know how to describe myself. I do want to say that I'm not a mountain biker.
Wait, what? Because I've teed you up as a mountain biker. Excuse me. Okay, stop it. We're not doing the show.
At heart, I'm a surfer and a trail runner.
Cool.
And my bike is how I get out on the trail now.
Wow.
Because life in a wheelchair is kind of relegated, to pavement and hard surfaces. And that bike is, technically an off-road wheelchair. It's also how I'm gonna, hike and just have a relationship with nature. But it gets me out on the trail and might as well just fully embrace it, throw on the full face, go hit the jumps, I did, my first ride was by myself with my dog at the time.
Oh, nice.
And there was all this excitement and anticipation, but which quickly turned to this stark realization, this reality check of oh, whoa, there's a lot more to this than just jumping in your bike and going. Yeah, I ran into trouble out there on the trail.
Yeah.
And I jumped online doing research, trying to find information on where I could ride safely. And I came up empty-handed. So I called up Trail Forks,
yeah,
the #1 mountain bike trail information resource. And I asked them hey, what do you guys think about, documenting this information so that I can use the app like anybody else, and they're like, let's do it.
Awesome.
So overnight, I, pretty much in my sleep, I came up with this very simplified rating system because, all this information already exists. We don't need to recreate the wheel.
Sure.
All that's already there. All I need to know is one, when I'm traveling alone, where I can ride safely.
Totally.
And then also when I'm with somebody, what's not going to be too much work for them. So that's the information that I want. And also to identify potential obstacles. So that's all the rating system does is answer the question, do you need rider support or not? The gamut of, the rider spectrum, the adaptive rider spectrum is huge because there's all kinds of factors involved. There's the rider disability, which that is a whole huge thing in itself. And then the rider ability as well,
Sure.
Beginner, intermediate, advanced, and then the equipment as well. There are so many different types of adaptive bikes out there. It's endless and crazy.
Wow.
So you put all that together, and then this rider spectrum is so broad. And then to build a trail that is good for everybody in that spectrum, it's impossible. So to have different levels of adaptive friendly trails is really important to accommodate that full rider spectrum.
Beautiful day in Oz. Of course,
Hey.
I run into you, homie.
Hey, dude.
What's going on?
I'm just out here working. You know where to find me.
Looking at the spot, huh?
Yeah, looking at this this alt line you guys made for this tree gate.
Yes.
It was pretty tough for me to get through this tree gate. And so with this alt line that you guys built, it lines me up straight with it and I can get right through it, no problem.
Nice.
It's a great adaptation for adaptive riders.
And in fact, riders coming the other way have actually enjoyed this as well because this being a green trail, it's actually helped just the overall system. So.
I sitting here, I've watched a few kids go through, and they're all choosing this line now.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. This is great. Nice work.
It's kind of a disservice to just say, we're gonna take these guidelines for an adaptive trail and just do that. These adaptive riders have as many different bikes as we have, and they have different levels of skill. I mean, some of them, like Jeremy, he's a adrenaline junkie. You know, he loves going fast, and and we want these adaptive riders to have every ability and advantage that we can give them. That lets us know what we need to keep our eyes out for. It's like, let's say if there's one feature, one tree gate that's at the start of a trail, we've just severed that access for all these adaptive riders.
You know, any one of us could end up in the disabled demographic any day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the crazy thing about it, and who knows what can happen. I've almost died 3 times. Deciding what it is we want to do with our lives right now is really important. And then get with your family, get with your friends, come up with a plan to make that happen and start doing the small things every day. No matter whatever it is, swim with the dolphins, learn to play piano, go to Paris, whatever these things are, we need to figure out how to do those now. And it's the journey of doing those small things every day that's the important part.
To follow along on Jeremy's adventures and work, be sure to check out his website, linked below, or scan the QR code on your screen. Kourtney Barrett joined Walmart in the spring of 2022 to lead workplace mobility efforts for the new corporate campus. That means she's working to get more people on bikes, scooters, one-wheelers, and traveling on foot. And while she's spearheading change in this new role, Kourtney isn't new to the cycling ecosystem and is certainly not new to Bentonville. Dana Schlegenhaft has more.
You're a Bentonville native. Let's talk about what that experience was like.
As you know, Dana, it was a wonderful place to be raised.
It was.
I moved to Bentonville when I was 10. My parents were entrepreneurs. We moved here from lovely North Little Rock. And I clearly remember going outside and kind of staying in the yard, and my parents being like, no, you can go on down the street. You can ride to the downtown square. Mm-hmm. And I just double checked the parent, like, it's okay for me to go beyond your sight of vision here. And that really kind of tees up, like, my whole experience in Bentonville has been that of opportunity, of really just feeling safe, feeling like you could connect and travel and experience and adventure. So now the town is 50,000 or 55,000 people, a little bit bigger town, but still that same feel, right? It still is a great place to go on a walk. I have 3 kids, 10, 14, and 15, and they can also travel downtown. So still just a wonderful place, potentially the best place to raise a family, I believe.
There's nothing more exhilarating growing up than, and this is, Bentonville years ago, but riding through on your bike through the Brahms drive-through was like, that was the ultimate experience.
Big deal.
They have a lot more
Taco
to do.
Bell.
Right. They have a lot more places to ride now, but it's still that same feeling of being able to explore where you live.
Yeah.
We're going to jump ahead a little bit.
Okay.
You've built a lot of things over the years. You've been a real estate entrepreneur. I know that you started several businesses, including one that I know a lot of people have heard of, Junk Brands, which was located right here in Bentonville. So what is it about building things from the ground up that appealed to you so much?
I think most entrepreneurs probably get their first idea from a personal pain point. When you find yourself saying, man, I wish I had X, or why doesn't this exist today? For me, one of those ideas was really a headband. I needed a headband that would stay on, that would wick sweat, that you could customize, and I couldn't find what I was looking for. So just thought, let's go make it. And I think that's the thrill, is the opportunity that you feel like you can step out and take a risk and try something new. So I think that's a driver for me, is when you either have an opportunity in front of you that maybe right time, right pain point, plus the opportunity to move forward kind of tees you up for taking that risk, trying something new.
I read that you started cycling to work in 2013, which like for Bentonville was kind of on the forefront of cycling, and you said you've done it your whole life, but what introduced you to mountain biking and, you know, cycling more than just, you know, a kid going on a joyride in Bentonville?
Yeah, well, so Brooke Austin, way back when, right, rode her brother's bike in 1992. It did not have brakes, fell and broke my arm. Going to need a brake. From that point until 99, I didn't really spend a lot of time on a bike, really until 2013-ish, actually. And the reason I got back into biking is in my retail part of my life, we had a company that needed to barter for payment for junk headbands. And we worked out a barter for a couple of bicycles from his store.
Oh, that's funny.
So I walked home rode home with a bicycle, and so did Bo, and started cycling to work because now I had a bicycle as payment for junk headbands.
And then you got to use it because it's
right.
been payment.
And it really, I hadn't thought about it in so many years. And it just opened my eyes to the joy of slowing down your commute, of the people that you meet along the way to work. You find yourself in a different route, and without a glass bubble and doors and layers keeping you from interaction, it just kind of breaks down the social barriers of a community when you see someone every day and you get to say hi and you see the same kids or the bus driver, or just a way of building a connection to community that was new for me in that time. So just really fell in love with it. And then also the aspect of mentally what happens in your body when you're moving and your route is kind of retraced. You know where you're going, so you're not having to figure that out, and it allows you to pick a subject off of a shelf in your brain and think about it. And there's something, again, that happens when your endorphins are running and your senses are ignited and you're coming through nature and you're focusing on a topic. I believe it brings out the very best in you, and your best ideas start to happen. So then, once you experience that, then it becomes addicting, right? And you're like, oh man, I want to think about this subject on the way to work and get some really great ideas out of it. So I just kind of fell in love with commuting to work. And then fast forward, Junk Brands was acquired entirely by Outdoor Cap in 2017. And I found myself with time and was looking to learn how to mountain bike. Why? Because I saw all of the mountain bike trails that were being built. And I would literally see people seemingly having the best time of their lives, you know, whooping and hollering.
You get a little FOMO when you're watching them,
That's
right?
exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I got FOMO and didn't like the way that felt.
Yep.
So I decided I'm going to show up, I'm going to learn how to mountain bike, and I'm going to show up, here's the game plan, the strategy. I'm going to show up at the All-American Trailhead once a week, every Tuesday morning, and I'm going to ride the same trail. And if I see another female rider, I'm going to introduce myself and say, can we ride together? And if you're really good, I'm going to follow you. And if this is months later, then you can follow me.
That's so within your personality that I know that you will stop someone and say, we are now friends.
Yeah.
And we are riding
together. Let's ride together. And what I found was that women were saying yes. They wanted to ride together. And most of the women on the trail were brand new, just like me. And it was just kind of, again, right time, right place. There were enough other women wanting to learn how to ride that a group of us just started riding together, and those friendships were formed, and we brought on more women, and fast forward,
Women of Oz.
Yes, a part of the Women of Oz story.
Yes.
There were many women doing wonderful things in women's mountain biking, and my portion of that story is the Tuesday ride. Unintentionally, did not plan necessarily to go and start a women's mountain bike organization, but I think it just was the right time, right place. Trails were here, women wanted to ride.
Connecting,
so plug
all
and
the
play.
pieces.
Right.
All right, so we want to talk about joining Walmart. April of this year, you became the Director of Workplace Mobility, and your role is to lead mobility efforts for the new corporate campus, which is going up right down the street. And I read that a goal of theirs is to have 10% of Bentonville-based associates biking, scootering, or using active transportation by the time that campus opens. So I want to know
That's right, Dana.
I want to know about that role.
Yeah, this was another one of those opportunities where your passion, your interest, your skill set just all plays together nicely. It's one part community connector, one part helping Walmart meet its goals, another part being an entrepreneur inside Walmart. So really excited about this role. It's an opportunity to do something very transformative in this community and for the thousands of associates that are here. With the real estate background, couldn't be more excited than to get to be in the know on this new 350-acre epic campus. Getting to work with the stakeholders in the community on building the trails that go straight through campus and connect. But really what the role is about, you said it, there's a goal, 10% of home office-based associates to commute via alternate mobility by the time the new home office opens. And what that really is about is human behavior, right? Most of us in and outside of Walmart hop in a car today to go a half a mile or a mile. A lot of us live, work, and play within a pretty tight circle. 3 to 4 miles probably encompasses, I bet you, almost half of us. So we're really working together with the city to facilitate healthier choices, to connect to nature in ways that are proven through research to help us think better, to help increase the vibrancy of our lives, to move our bodies that's proven to be very good for us. So it's the new home office is really about facilitating healthy choices, creating an environment for associates to thrive, and then in my role, increasing the way people move their bodies to, from, and across the new campus.
How do you change human behavior? Is it like starting a business? How do you make people make those adjustments?
Well, I haven't done it yet. That's why I've been hired. I would say you make it fun, you make it accessible. You go back to Women of Oz. What are the barriers and how to break those down? So access to bikes, safe routes, what to wear, building something that people want to be a part of. And I think there's probably something there with how you move your body and how you can associate with different types of alternate commuting that are really fun, that build kind of these micro cultures that people want to identify with, and that they find themselves saying, oh yeah, I'm a bike rider, I'm a mountain bike rider, or I'm a one-wheeler, or I'm a carpooler, or whatever you're doing and why ever you're doing it, there's really a lot of benefit. You're lowering your carbon footprint. Universally, that's a good idea. It's good for the entire world. You're decongesting the roadways. That's good for our community. You're burning calories. You're igniting your senses. That's good for my single human body. So why wouldn't you want to do something that's good for you, your community, and the world at large?
I want to scoop about the new home office. We see it. We see it going up. What's the inside track? What can you tell us about? You're cycling to work. Is there a place to shower and get dressed for the day? Like, what can people expect that experience to be like?
Yeah, definitely. When it comes to mobility, I'm your gal, right? The other departments, you'll have to ask them.
Okay.
But when it comes to mobility, yes, one of the barriers is what to wear to work. So we will create and curate and offer and show what you wear, how to do this, what type of bike you should look at, what you should wear, what's acceptable. And from the top down at Walmart, you're seeing this active lifestyle and a focus on alternate commuting and just living in a way that it has good impact from locally all the way up to the world. You'll have showers and lockers and bike parking in all of the quadrants in the neighborhoods, the campus. You'll have premium bike parking. If you ride your bike to work, you'll be able to get where you want to go faster. Once you're there for the day, you'll have access to get across this 350 acres in a multimodal way of choice. That could be e-bikes, scooters, one-wheels, longboards, tennis shoes, perhaps shuttles. So really, all options are on the table, Dana. It's going to be so much fun for associates, to both current and future, to want to work here in this 350-acre campus. It's just going to be awesome.
You can watch the full interview with Kourtney Barrett on our website. Just head to DWTNmedia.com. And whatever the next outdoor adventure holds for you, one thing you can always count on is being welcomed home. You belong here in Bentonville. So be sure to tag or share with us your next adventure via social media so we can cheer you on. We'll see you next time.